Well, two former Prime Ministers are leading criticism against the Albanese government's proposed changes to the capital gains tax discount. Joining me live now is former Liberal MP Jason Falinski. Jason, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Julia.
This is something that has been, I guess, on the back burner for Labor for quite some time. This week in Parliament, not ruling out changes in this space. Is this going to make the housing market fairer for first-home buyers if there were changes?
Absolutely not. It's actually just going to make it worse for first-home buyers and indeed for renters. The issue here is that we have a spending problem in Australia. So even during COVID, spending went near 25% of GDP. Under this government, it's now nearly 28%. And the problem they have is not a tax problem, they have a spending problem. And so they are raiding every hollow log that they can find to keep spending our future away. And this attack on capital gains tax will make Australia a less fair, less egalitarian and less opportunistic society with less opportunities.
So we shouldn't be open to lowering it to, say, 25%?
We should be open to a full-scale tax debate because our tax structure is broken. It is hurting young people. It is hurting older people. It is hurting our economy and it is hurting the amount of opportunities that we have in our economy. The issue, though, is that what drives Labor's and, frankly, Allegra spenders' tax proposals and tax reform proposals is how to collect more money so they can spend more money. We have a spending problem in Australia. Our tax problem is not around rates, it's around structure.
We did hear the RBA Governor question in Parliament this week about this. She did draw a link between government spending and inflation. So, I mean, what should the pitch be here in lowering spending?
Well, the pitch for lowering spending is that government should do more with less. Basically, our productivity levels in Australia have been falling since 2010, basically since the Fair Work Act came into position. And the issue that we have in Australia is that our supply side of the economy, that part of the economy that can respond to demand and people wanting more stuff, is completely over-regulated. It can't respond. So every time you put in more government spending, every time you cut taxes, every time you let more immigrants into the country, it just adds to inflation. And that's why real wages have fallen to levels last seen in 2007.
Is there any room for movement here in capital gains? I mean, we've got Labor in power now. They're going to be in power for quite some time. Is there any room to move? I mean, one pitch is the discount being changed based on the cumulative increase in inflation over the life of the asset.
You want to drive complexity out of the tax system. So every time you create new tests, new ways of doing it, all you manage to do is make tax lawyers wealthier and ordinary Australians poorer. So that is why those sorts of ideas should be rejected out of hand.
We're certainly hearing that today from John Howard and the likes. Moving on, though, the Liberals, a world of pain at the moment.
Sure.
A lot of talk about leadership.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a move made against Susan Lee this week?
How would I know is the answer. But what we do need to see is the Liberals are still the best party able to lead the centre-right in Australia. They need to get their act into gear. They need to start focusing on ordinary Australians. They need to start focusing on how to make the country better and more prosperous.
Is Angus a better alternative for leader?
I don't think that Angus... Well, look, that's not a decision for me to make. That's a decision for the parliamentary party to make. But something needs to change. That's absolutely the case.
OK, so a coalition with One Nation and the Nationals, as Pauline Hanson has proposed.
Let's not jump into bed with the Nationals again. I think they need to sort themselves out is number one. And in terms of One Nation, look, I think that a lot of Australians are expressing their disappointment with both major political parties, including the Liberal Party, by saying that they're going to vote for One Nation, but when they have a serious look at what they're proposing, you'll probably see their support decline quite rapidly. So, look, the best answer is still the Liberal Party. It needs to get its act into gear, and how it does that is really up to the parliamentary party. But, you know, for all Australia, we need to do that.
The Libs and Nats, how long will this divorce last?
Look, I think that's really up to the National Party. The National Party is in a world of pain. They have created the One Nation phenomena. They are now trying to react against it by outflanking them. By doing that, they're making it worse. They really need some time out to work themselves out. And I think if we just jump back into coalition with them, then we just get infected with the same sort of concerns that they have.
Oh, well, big week coming up in federal politics next week.
Every week's a big week, Julia.
Absolutely.
Every week.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate it.